Graduates, big up on a nice clean self. YMK in the building, big up yourself. Chris, me send you a message. Oh. Check your messenger, please, and thanks. Separate and apart. All right, Rochelle, big up yourself. Michelle, big up yourself. Vanessa, big up yourself. I see you. Good evening. Stacy McDonald, big up yourself. Paulette, big up yourself. Green Lettuce, big up yourself. Bunny Rabbit, good evening. First time seeing you on here, so welcome to HTK Speaks. Chanel, big up yourself. Simone Barton Joseph, good night, my darling. Know your English grammar. Welcome aboard again for another class. Can you not hear me? You should be able to hear me now, Floyd Jarrett. I always start my lives with a bit of a mute to allow people to enter into the classroom before I start speaking. Good evening, Bayesian Girl. Good evening, Jeanette Johnson, Rich Venice, big up yourself, Chanel K, Cheryl Shaw, Mycad Love Mom or Mikad, correct me if I'm wrong, Green Lettuce. You should be hearing a sound now. Flavia, good evening. Barbara, good evening. Rochelle, big up yourself. Michelle Scott, big up yourself. Paulette Manning, Hale, Chanel, yes, loud and clear. Lovely, lovely. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you got that. I realized my mistake, but there you go. I'm sorted now. Okay, so first of all, for those of you who are new to my channel, this is HTK Speaks. I am not going to show my face tonight, but if you want to see my face, there are previous videos with my face. Tonight, I just want my voice to be heard. I just want my voice to be heard. Big up yourself, my regular graduates in the house and my usual supporters. You know the drill. Please like up the live as soon as you come in. It's all about bumping up those algorithms and making it clear to YouTube that we are in the house. I hope when I have a glass of wine or like a beverage, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Because tonight we're going to touch on some home truths. And I know a lot of people might get up in them feelings after this live, but so be it. Because if the cap fits, it's intended for you to wear it. And tonight, I'm going to definitely speak what's on my mind. You don't know, whenever me do that, people always run up and down the place. But as you can see from the title of the live, it really is about the whole concept of blogging these days in our diaspora. And I'm really wondering, what exactly is it that we as bloggers out there have got to prove? I do not understand when we let go of the reins of blogging. It's like we've forgotten what blogging is all about. Now, I did a little bit of research just to get my head straight. I mean, I had an idea of this anyway, but I didn't want to speak as though I was the pinnacle of all knowledge. I wanted to make sure I had my facts straight, right? And I just asked myself the question, graduates, what are the types of social media users that we know about, okay? So just to set some educational background to this, because you don't know, I'm all about learning. I wondered, is there a classification of the different types of social media users? And which one are you? Where do you fall under these categories? So, of course, there is the listener. So that's that social media personality who is the quiet watcher. They don't speak. They tend not to comment. I mean, right now I've got 140 of you on my live, and I'm pretty certain there's not 140 of you in the chat, right? So those people who don't speak, they are listeners, be it they are negatively intended or positively, it doesn't matter. They're still listeners. Of course, you also have the activists, the ones who are passionate about a cause. So they use their platforms deliberately in terms of pushing those passions forward. Of course, you have the spammer, the ones who always come in the comments uninvited and chat a whole bunch of crap that you're not interested in, be it that they're advertising some random healing power for some kind of herb for a disease that has been incurable for centuries. And then you've got the social butterfly. Now, I like to consider my graduates as social butterflies. In other words, we are people who can go on any platform, listen to anybody, but not upset by our presence. In other words, we're not troublemakers. We tend to be the kind of people that have got massive friends lists. Yes. Lots of people know who we are, and we don't tend to fall out with a lot of people. Okay. And then, of course, you have the troll, which are those people who will come up with their fake profiles, and they will put all kinds of negative things in the comments, usually for a reaction. And they're usually too coward to actually demonstrate this with their real face. Of course, you also have the influencer. Now, the influencer is where bloggers fall into that category, okay? These influencers are the people who basically originate content for the purpose of consumption by the public. And I want you to understand that not every influencer is the same. I mean, they're all influencers, but not all are the same, okay? So I'm just going to break down the key types of influencers that you need to be aware of, because I'm very conscious that there are quite a few people, people who come on social media and them not understand the different roles that people carry when it comes to social media. Some people think that everybody's supposed to do the same thing. And I need you to understand that there are levels to the thing. You've got micro influencers, and these micro influencers, we tend to have a number of followers ranging from 5,000 to 100,000. That is defined as a micro influencer. So if you have 5K followers up to 100K followers, you are considered a micro influencer. That means that you don't have millions of followers. You are a regular Joe. You are surrounded by a tightly knit community who all share your love, your passion for a particular niche, a particular subject. You have a specialist community, okay? And your engagement with that community is usually very personal. In other words, you can call people by name. You can recognize your followers if they're in different places. And you have that bond. Of course, as you go up the ladder with your numbers, you move from a micro influencer to a mid-tier influencer. So a mid-tier influencer is somebody who has about 100,000 followers to 500K. All right. Wait a minute, Daily Musings, it's coming. 100K, some I like it when people run ahead of my class. Some I like it when people run ahead of my class. Just hold your horses, Daily Musings, and wait. So when you're a micro influencer, you will, a mid-tier influencer, you will have about 100,000 to 500,000 followers. Now, it's a bit of a sweet spot between a macro and a micro influencer in that you're not quite yet far removed from your audience. You're still in touch. There is a certain degree of authenticity. You're still in touch with your followers. You may not know as many of them, but you will recognize some of your long-standing followers. All right? So this is a mid-tier influencer. And then above this, you have got a macro influencer. We're not reached the top yet, no. A macro influencer are what you would consider in the category of social media stars. They have got 500,000 to 1 million followers. At this point, they have such a large following from a broad demographic, not just in their own diaspora or their own locality. People are following them from all around the world. They are considered experts in the influencer marketing game. People look up to them. They start to get all kinds of contracts as brand ambassadors because they have got what you would consider to be next to celebrity status on an international scale. Then after that, you have the ultimates, which is what a whole heap of the people on social media are aiming towards. Those with ambition in terms of social media. You've got mega influencers. Mega influencers have 1 million plus followers. These kind of influencers are far removed from their followers in that they are not in touch with who they are. Often, they don't even communicate with you because they're usually led by advertising companies, marketing companies who take over their social media presence. So when you see big mega stars who have got over 1 million followers communicating on their pages, be it Instagram, TikTok, anywhere else, 9 times out of 10, it will be a representative of their marketing company. Now, when you do have the odd one who actually takes the time to communicate, you know these people are down to earth, like the likes of Nicki Minaj. So I just wanted you to understand that there are levels. Now, what does it mean to be an influencer? There are different types of influencers. And I want you to know that each of these roles, though different, all have an influence. You have got bloggers, online publishers, newsletter writers, podcasters, YouTubers, course as in training content creators, video game streamers, and social media influencers. And by social media influencers, I'm talking about those TikTok personalities, those Instagram personalities, those X personalities, all of which fall in the content creator bucket. Now, as a blogger, there's a certain role that you have as a blogger. A blogger by definition is somebody who spreads information in a creative manner that engages an audience. A blogger's main role is to not only spread information, but to spread information that is researched in order to inform public knowledge. That research can take place in terms of your experience, meaning that you have been there, done that, so you are sharing what you know, or using your external faculties to do your research, traveling, taking pictures, visiting places, going online, digging up articles, and so on and so forth. A blogger is different from somebody who is exclusively only a content creator for information, where they literally take other people's work and plunk it on the internet. That is not blogging. So, for example, when you go on my Facebook page is not my blogging page. My Facebook page is my relaxed page. It just so happens that it's monetized. Occasionally, you will hear me do something called social commentary. That means that I'm speaking from my own opinion or whatever, an opinion piece, and I'll do a video and I'll throw that up. But generally, you see me splicing and dicing and taking from left, right, and center and throwing it up there. That's not blogging. No, that's lazy content creating. It is. Because it's not even content creating. It's content plagiarism. It's content burrowing teeth in wherever the hell you want, Kylie. But really, all I'm doing is entertaining, passing on information to my audience. And I'm not doing it in any creative way at all. Doesn't take much creativity to search and find something of interest and plunk it on my page, does it? No, it doesn't. But on my YouTube, that's where my content creation takes place. This is about who I am. This is where I give my own opinion, my own research. Everything I've put in here is 100% HTK. I try my best in this world of blogging not to step on other bloggers' toes. I try my best. I don't always succeed. But you know, when I see I go on out here, so that really make me wonder what really take place. It's why it is that all of a sudden it seems as though some of you as bloggers have forgotten why you're here. Remember, you know, I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. And I'm not new to social media, but I'm certainly new to the arena of blogging. And I'm trying to understand, when did we release the reins on our purpose on these social media streets? When since have we forgotten about the power of research, the power of sharing quality information to our public audience? When since did we forget about fact-finding and making it clear to people that our information is not just hearsay? When since have we forgotten that we ought to respect each other's opinions about subjects that are broadly discussed on social media? Why has it now gotten to the point where we cannot stay in our own lanes? I am asking this because I'm seeing some behavior out here that don't make no sense to me as somebody new in the industry. Una confuse me, brother. Una confuse me. You people are supposed to be my examples. You people are supposed to be the veterans in the game. Una supposed to come out here and show people like me how it's done, not the other way around. Now I am looking on and I'm seeing nothing to be inspired by. You try to tell me, say that for me to be inspired by a blogger, I have to look outside of my diaspora now. Me need to start watch foreign bloggers in order to learn and understand how to blog. All I see is a bunch of bloggers picking at each other, left, right, and flipping center. I may say to myself, then I saw the game low. Is the game low? What kind of low vibration crap is this? That I have to come on social media and watch bloggers that tear down other bloggers? Have you forgotten what your job is? I'm asking a question. Hold on a minute there. Hold on. No, sir. Wait. So you're trying to tell me, say me there, sir, engage with the people. No, let me just check something, because maybe I'm blind. Hold on there. 258 of you and only 89 likes. No, man, I disrespect that. Me feel away. No, man, me go back in and me go sign off. If 258 of you are on here and you can't thump up the like button for me, no, man, no make it look so bad. I so you not like me. So why wanna come over? No, I'm confused. Why wanna come over? After me there's a reason we don't wanna pour out my soul. And 258, I wanna steady sit down on the page. And only 89 like that is hugely disrespectful. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. Do me better than that. I beg. All right, it'll go up to 93, but me must can get the 100. My must can get the 100 before I carry on. No, man. Okay, all right. We're getting up there. I appreciate. Thank you. So I'm just saying to myself, I see amongst us in our community people a whole lot of talented individuals. I just earlier today, I see Ashanti there, Jamaica, and I heard him saying that, what's your name? Is it Mitzi? The lady that was falsely accused and set up by our friend, that she's free. I don't know if she's free or she's about to achieve freedom or whatever. And that he was over there about to assist with the situation. And I looked at that and said, yeah, man, that is the Ashanti that I first followed when I started to follow Ashanti way back. Me say, yeah, me like this side. And then I look at people like Chocolate and Vanilla, when Chocolate and Vanilla start doing their drama and their skits and their whatever, and even if they must skit out some people with the whole of people them not like it, no matter, it's still creative. I must say, look at talent. When I hear those ladies sing, act, perform, I said, look at talent. When I look at YMK, I do him cakes, I travel the world, I carry all about the place so we never go before. I said, look at experience, look at talent, all in one. When I look at Ping Ping and hear Ping Ping sing and goosebump full up my hand them. Goosebump just a full up my hand them so. When Ping Ping just let go her voice. I say, look at talent. Whenever it is that I have forgotten history, and I can't remember who did what. I'm here. Can't remember him saying no one a big up from me, you know, so I have to give him a different name. Me hear the man in the dark. I pull up some file from where Oyo, where everybody forget me say blouse and skirt. Look at talent. When I listen, and these are just a few that I'm mentioning. Remember, I'm speaking about those who generally come live. When me look Pam Bam Bam, and Bam Bam I share a little story them. And I give a little perspectives. Right? And engaging with our audience. Me can name so many of you. And me say look pan talent. When me look at Foreign Woman TV and how she make me laugh with her, with her way of speaking. Cause me like how she talk. Me say look pan talent. When me look pan the I am Rasta lady and she a talk and she a reason. Pan a level. Me say look pan talent. There's so many of us. There's so many of us. And I say to myself, with all this talent, how do we find time to pick each other apart? With all the things that you all have under your blasted belts, where do you find time to pick each other apart? With all the people out there that are doing wrongs, because another big element of being a blogger is social justice, you know. And as I say, social justice, look on people like Andre Stevens, look on people like Wayne Global TV. All these people are types of bloggers who are bringing information to people. Where do we find time to pick each other apart? What are we trying to prove when instead of turning our talents in a way that multiplies our platform to maximum benefit, we use our platform time to attack each other? Look pan all, and let me tell you something, that don't mean say I, head teacher, can have a problem with the people who use them platform for cuss people, you know. Don't think that for a minute. I've told you time and time again, I ain't no Christian, so don't come over here and expect no Christian values, because that's not going to happen. Y'all have to just keep praying for me, all right? Keep praying for me. But I'm talking about the fact that out there are so many people doing all kind of, I'm going to use my commonly known word, rassolery. So many people out there doing rassolery that uno could be cussing. And it would have make sense to cuss them. Because to me, that is a part of social justice. Where do we find time to pick each other apart? Now, I understand that there are some bloggers whose ways we don't appreciate. We don't like how as we go live, suddenly they're streaming our live on their page and I capitalize on it. Remember, I said to you, when you do things like that, that is lazy blogging. But I can't judge them 100% because if them a do something, them not disrespect you. That's a different matter. But if them a do something, I disrespect you, then I can understand why you will turn all of your fury against that person. But then that person is also a part of the negative equation. That's wrong. Is it that we have gotten so lazy that we don't have the ability to communicate about what it is we've listened to? For example, yes, when I first heard the whole declaration coming from Ashanti 360's page, what did I say? I said, I'm not going to spoil the experience. I said, if you don't want to hear it, go on over there. But I gave my 2 pieces on it and let it go. You see me stream him? For what? Not my style at all. I only do so when it's really about classic examples and increasing the knowledge. And these are from people who are not bloggers, situations that are happening out there. But when it comes to my fellow bloggers in my diaspora, I avoid. Because everybody out here I try to eat a food. And when you stream other people's live, what you're doing is you're reducing their audience. Therefore, you are fact. So in terms of respecting the game, you ought to respect the game. None of them out there, them diss me like that, them stream my live and a chat all kind of things. It has been done to me. Right? Where I take action, I take action. Sometimes of mercy, I don't take action. But then I say to myself, surely it tells me that we are losing grips on what blogging is supposed to be about. So many subjects are out there, underexplored, under-researched. Now, imagine if a lot of time spent on tearing each other apart, we actually use that time wisely to bring more and more edification to our platform or more entertainment to our platform. Don't you think the audience eventually gets tired when bloggers are constantly cursing one person or two? At least make it be a new curse every day, no man. Just like how everybody's saying that certain camp come in like a broken record because for years all they do is sing on the same nonsense, stagnant. That's not blogging. That's cyberbullying. Different cup of tea. But if you are saying to me that you are the best of the best, the top tier, the real veterans and the examples, and I am new to the game, show me something that I can look up to, no man. If we can't stand each other, walk wide from each other, no? And get back to the meat of the matter so that people like us can be edified and educated and we can learn 1 and 2 things that we never understand before. Talk to me nice. Exactly, Jacqueline. All I know is that I see us going down a path that is highly unnecessary. Me not say bloggers can't dip up on them one another and cuss and carry on, but Lord man, don't know, no? We get the point. We get the point. Just move on to something else, for goodness sake, because right now, it's like, say, I feel like I'm one of the only ones out here blogging. And I don't like that feeling, because I never come out here to be by myself. I do the things. I came out here to join a community of bloggers. We may be doing it differently. We may have a different style. But we are still a community. And yeah, we may not like each other either. But it don't mean that I don't have my lane, you don't have your lane, etc., etc. Look at all the talent that is amongst us. When I look at what other countries, other nations are doing with their blogging space, They are growing. And they might do the things them. Don't you think it's a form of stagnancy if you are constantly caught in a cycle where you are attacking each other? Now look, power me here, what do you know? And I'm sorry, on this occasion, you're going to go back to being lady with the alphabet. And the reason why is very deliberate. It's no disrespect, but you are going to be lady with the alphabet for this occasion. Reason why you're going to be lady with the alphabet right here, so, is because what I've heard is not positive, and I don't want that attached to your brand. So appreciate this as a period of grace, that I'm not calling you by your right social media handle. Look on the things that we may hear around lady with the alphabet. It's all over social media. It's not hidden. It's left, right, and center. Now imagine somebody of such standing in terms of how she presents herself on social media, what she stands for, what she's about. And something like that, and I'm not going to repeat the alleged that. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you go find out. But imagine something like that being attached to your name. Now, at the end of the day, at what point does social media beef cross over to the part where we want to go over to the physical side of the world? And I'm not saying any of it is true. I'm saying allegedly. Because we all know the kind of situation that happened around this woman's daughter, and how that child was dragged left, right, and center, and how it would enrage any parent. Some parent would have get physical long time. But the level of conspiracy attached to that rumor is pretty deep and dark. It should not get to this, but of course, you see, it's a two-way street. And I know a lot of people are silently judging, because some are hypocrites, you know. Some are hypocrites, you know. Some are, I go like, no, hear the things, them I want to go over there. Hi, you with the alphabet, God bless you. And then as I come off and I say, hey, you see, you hear this, or you hear that? Yes, my love. And them kind of something there go, so I want to sort stay. I want to judge the lady. Right? Which is normal, I suppose, as a reaction. But I want the in a real life would do the worse. Probably the only difference between us and lady with the alphabet is that nobody would know when it happened. You understand? That would probably be the only difference, because when you make a move sometime, you not talk it. Crucial mistake. And if it not happen, then nobody no know say you did plan it. But all I am saying is, for social media to get to that point where bloggers don't respect their boundaries, where they get so disrespectful, that it creates that kind of enmity, that kind of rage, that will facilitate such devious plans to take place, that you will be willing to give in to your darker side out of vengeance, is crazy to me. Yeah, it's crazy to me. Especially when you know that you're supposed to stand for something else, but clearly as it stands, it didn't happen. That's one thing we need to pay attention to. If the alleged is true, it didn't happen. So some kind of conscience must have kicked in at some point to realize that that was foolishness, and all fingers would have pointed in your direction. But you see, all of this, as I have said in the past, but I said it cryptically, now I'm saying it plainly. All of this was due to not staying in one's own lane. Too much mixing on social media can cause all kinds of misrepresentation, all kind of fallouts, all kind of blurred boundaries. And things that you think are supposed to be kept in confidence ends up a fly through the gate and everybody know about it before you can blink. Chinese whispers grows eggs into monkeys. And I'm just saying that if we only recognized our own power, our own ability, our own innate presence and our purpose, them things that wouldn't reach we. Them wouldn't reach we at all. And if it do reach we, only reach the ones amongst us who are just fool. Because we know that we have somewhere for fool in our game, you know. We know that. But for those of us with talent and skill, we need to be looking at you guys who are the veterans in the game and looking at you guys and going, okay, me learn how to do that. No. Because trust and believe, graduates, the only thing I have learned to beg for is likes and loves. I'll know I'm going to learn how to beg for super chats. I'm still a try to study it. Because it's just not a part of my nature. And I feel bad doing it because it's kind of like, oh my God, it's not like I need money. Why am I doing that? But anyway, it's something to study because different people have different methods, don't they? But we sit back and we observe some of these bloggers out here. And I also know that for a fact that some of the followers influence us, right? There are times when I'm speaking, graduates, when I deliberately don't look at my chat. I don't look because I'm on a roll and I'm on a flow and I don't want to be influenced by what I'm seeing. And then I'll take a pause and then I'll go to the comments. Sometimes when I'm on a flow and I get interrupted, it throws me off. That's why I always say to my class members, don't run ahead of me. Okay? Because I want the whole thing to build up gradually, and I don't like it when people run ahead. So influencers can be influenced by their followers. I listened to YMK's live earlier this morning, and he was speaking quite openly about the fact that, listen, why in God's name are you people sending me such ladies' picture of our bun with the cheese? And you know something, I'm going to tell you something. I deliberately did something, and I hope my John Shop brother and sisters can forgive me. But it was an experiment. It was an experiment, and I want to explain what the experiment was about. So I'm going in my group. I'm going to make them know, say, yo, I'm going to beat me in a butt. You see, such lady cake and stuff, such lady bun with the cheese tonight, you know, I like it, you know. It look nice and and all these things, and when they beat me, but it not turn bad, it turn good, man. And honest to goodness, graduates, I have no problem with the ladies' bun. I don't have an issue with it. I think it's a creative idea, and that's the honest truth. But me deliberately put it in there just for rile them up and see them reaction. Because trust and believe in them, not like the lady, you know. Actually, all of us in the group agree that we don't appreciate how the lady has treated 33 times 3 over the years, right? So I watched carefully to see what their reaction was going to be. And of course, you had the one or two. No, yeah, the one or two who were like, okay, we're beating the devil, but giving the devil its due. I see you, sis, kind of thing. And then, of course, you had someone say, move your blouse and skirt. You're mad. Which part of that nice? No, she can't bake, blah. And I held it. I was like, no, I don't agree with you. Listen, she can bake. You cannot. No, I don't care what we feel about her. She can bake. But you know what proved the point of the experiment? And it proved the point so well because it was interesting. I did this not expecting this, but it did what I wanted to see. Straight away, there was a live carrying on where this lady was busy, once again, tearing down 33 times 3, speaking derogatorily about her, to do with this whole thing with Derek Morgan and the whole thing with the Chinese food or whatever. And they're like, because of this, even if it was the finest product on earth, I would never give her props. What does that tell you, graduates? What does that tell you? And this is the very reason why these followers end up sending people like YMK things he's not interested in. Instead of you being busy focusing on your growth and on your development and on your progress and on your new product, which actually does not look flipping bad at all. Big up yourself. Thank you for the super chat. Stacey Campbell. Ping, ping. My ping, ping. Instead of you focusing on that product that could be such a beauty, that could sell out for the Easter, you are investing your energy in tearing down somebody who is already moving on and doing wonderful things and not even a look. And this kind of stuff builds up resentment in the following community. It builds up that resentment. And of course, they're going to want to go out there and push buttons and see which of the influencers is going to give her a thump in her neck back because she over there talk about somebody with them rate and respect. So them go out there and them take things and them pass it on to people because them a try poke you and prod you as the blogger to get you for respond. Because they don't have a voice. They don't have a platform. I know a lot of you people don't understand what is behind the behavior of that one over there from England, you know. And why it is that every time he gets a cyber attack, he turns around and him cuss 33 times 3. Rotten. But I'm telling you, this is what he sees. And I don't agree with it. It's nonsense. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're doing it, I should attack you. But what he sees is they're upset because of his opposing views towards this lady. So they push and prod and poke so that he can respond in a way that will push him further away from the woman they want to protect. The point of the matter is that followers often fuel the fire. And a lot of bloggers are not wise to the game. A lot of bloggers are not wise to it. They will allow their followers to turn them brain into mush. But some of us are too wise for that and can recognize when followers are trying to stoke the fire rather. But what I don't like to see is when bloggers go at each other unnecessarily. When it boils down to who did what first, it's petty. That's petty affair. Who cares who did what first? If you're saying the same thing and I'm saying the same thing and another person saying the same thing, don't you realize that by all of us saying the same thing, the message is louder and goes further? Do you not see that we are all working together to do the same thing? If you are saying it first, I am saying it second, she is saying it third. Words sound power. The repetitive nature means that the message is ingrained and doesn't go anywhere. Hence the reason why adverts are repeated, because the more you hear it and see it, is the more you're likely to actually buy the product. Hence the reason why the haters don't stop their campaign, because they know the more they speak, the more people they will recruit. And while you are here picking each other apart, what's happening? The campaign is carrying on and they're busy tearing down people that you guys claim to respect and love. Doesn't it make sense to pay attention to your purpose? And if you have no purpose other than to just come out here and make money, question your ethics. Yeah, everybody's supposed to eat a food. But if your sole purpose is to just come out here and dig out people's pockets, that would be the reason why other bloggers will turn on you in a frenzy, because they don't see any respect in what you stand for. Remember, blogging is about bringing information to edify the public. It's also about social justice. And if you stand for any of that, then you're disrespecting the game, and that would be why you end up on the brunt of attacks and cyberbullying. But what I'm trying to say is this: for those of you who recognize that there are people amongst us whose only purpose is to name out people's pockets, just cut them loose and leave them. Because if their own audience don't mind being name out, then why should you care? Just stick to your purpose. Recognize why you're here. Do your thing so that the rest of us can learn from you. There's nothing to prove to each other. We are all here for a purpose. Even if it's for a limited or an extended period of time, we're all here for a purpose. Respect the hustle, but respect each other's boundaries. Damn it. And stop crossing the line with people's family and ripping people's family apart, particularly amongst the bloggerhood. I don't care what you do with those people out there who's giving me a problem. I'm saying, come on now. Big up yourself, Sonia Pink. I appreciate the pretty screen. Let's do a little bit better amongst ourselves, is all I ask. All right, let me go through some comments. All right, them still talking about the Derek story. Love me love. Them now stop. HTK, as you speak, she's over there for 3 hours. Lord, I am telling you. Sad, sad, sad. Ah, boy. Remember, it's going to Canada in September to the award. Playing victims, talking about 33 times 3 did the same. Oh, boy. That is how it is, my dear. Some people are stuck in their game, you know what I'm saying? And they're focused. They can't move on, and they're not moving on to their own detriment. You know, it is sad when one can allow these people to drive you to do the unthinkable. Very, very sad indeed, you know. But at the end of the day, people, that's all I'm trying to say. I don't watch none of those people pages, period. That is our way of blocking them out. And that means you're a very good follower, Lisa. You go where you are comfortable and where you're happy, all right? 99 didn't say anything wrong to Derek. Yeah, we know that. We're not going to go back down that road, Trini P. We already discussed that. And we don't, the difference between this platform and other platforms is that every time I come out, it's about discussing something new, discussing something that's relevant and something that can educate you. I am trying to stick to the path of what a blogger is supposed to be. I'm not interested in regurgitating information and so on. Even if I pull things up for the past, it's for a purpose. And when I say the purpose, I move on, right? We've addressed that and we've moved on. 99 has moved on. So if these people are still stuck, what are they, graduates? Stagnant, okay? Not us. Anyway, Sonia, big up yourself. Thank you again. Thank you. Like up the button before I go. You don't know, so when it's Shiki comes, sometimes she give a long live, sometimes she give a 1 hour live, and so on and so forth. So today is a 1 hour one. Big up on a nice clean self, and I will see you guys another time. Bye-bye.